Hey everyone, before we get into the video, I just wanted to let you know that recording is going to be something I did last week. But I know since then we've had some interesting news, so I might make a dedicated video talking about Sega and Microsoft and PlayStation PC. So let me know if you're interested in that. I'm thinking about doing that when there's more information coming out of those two camps. But other than that, when I show off the Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus games, I'll also add on GamePass and PlayStation Now that recently came out as well. Now, to the video, I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think.
Rock and low. Nice.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another bundle news video. I kind of recorded this right after State of Play, but I almost fell asleep trying to edit that video. So this time around, we'll try to keep it more to the interesting topics, and I don't really have much to say on State of Play, so let's talk about that real quick. So the State of Play was kind of weird. I think a lot of people overhyped it. I wasn't expecting much, but what they did show was not interesting to me. That's 20 minutes I can't get back, and I think it's interesting that they talked about Death's Door coming to the PlayStation, and now I find out that it's also going to the Switch on November 23. So that's nice. It's no longer an Xbox and PC exclusive. There's not really much I thought was interesting other than that, but let me know down in the comments what you liked about that show, if anything at all. Something else I want to talk about related to PlayStation is the Wolverine game that is in development by Insomniac. Really excited to see what they do with that. I know a lot of people had questions regarding, is it going to be a mature title? Are we going to have some blood and gore? Is it going to be true to Wolverine character? Or is it going to be watered down? So obviously there was many questions. Since it's easier to market for Spider-Man than it is for Wolverine, I guess, in a family sense. But then again, when you really think about it, Deadpool was really hype a couple years ago, and for some reason all the kids were into it when that is a gory hot mess in itself. So come to find out, when I saw Slow-Mo retweeting some stuff regarding the writer of that game, it's nice to see that Walt Williams is writing, or is lead writer for Wolverine, and he has done Spec Ops: The Line, which I thought was a nice surprise. When I played it on the 360, I thought I was just getting an army action adventure third-person shooter style game, but it was way more than that. It had a deep storyline, plot twist, really dark theme. Overall, a really good game, and I believe I did like multiple endings for that as well, so it was really trippy. So I can't wait to see what Walt writes for Wolverine and how interesting that's gonna be with a title like Spec Ops: The Line, and I believe he wrote for Battlefront. Either way, I'm excited and I'm going to keep an eye on it. On a side note, I just wanted to let you know that I already shared my thoughts about Halo. I know a lot of people are still talking about it. That was an awesome way to wake up. It was a Monday morning and seeing that awesome campaign trailer. If you want to hear my thoughts more about it, I do have a video and I'll link it below. The only thing I'll add to this is that the ending clip where they have the enemy shouldn't have been so controversial, especially when they tweeted right after saying that it was an in-game. It was just a cinematic clip that they put in there, and that not to get your hopes up, which I thought that was weird. They showed something really awesome and then they downplayed it. That was unnecessary. I don't think that they should have even added the clip at that point. Overall, I have a lot of positive stuff to say if you want to see that video. Another thing that everyone has been talking about, which is the Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition Remaster. Yeah, that's a lot. I grew up with these games, so I'm gonna share with you guys a little bit backstory and what I think of the trailer overall, because initially when I first saw it on Twitter, I just said no thank you because I did not like the price point, and I don't think the games look that different enough for me to justify this. Since then, I've learned more about it, and even though I don't think I'm gonna play it, I still want to share with you guys what I think. Let's start with Grand Theft Auto 3. I played this back on the OG Xbox. On my brother's console, it was really cool because I could listen to the music he had burned into the console, so we were driving around listening to System of a Down and doing all kinds of crazy stuff because I never played a game like that before, so I didn't really play the story much, if anything by accident, and my mom didn't really like us playing the game in general, so I thought that was funny. And when I saw the trailer, this one really doesn't look that great. It doesn't really have much of a difference. I guess it's just polished and cleared up a little bit, and from what I hear, it's gonna be on PlayStation Now out later on this year. The other one that I saw was Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which we bought later on the PS2 because that was my preferred platform at the time, and that one was really fun. Another game that my mom didn't like us playing, and that one we did so many things, and I love the soundtrack. I mean, who doesn't love that soundtrack with that game? And when I saw the trailer, this one is the best looking remaster out of all of them. It's the prettiest, it has the best colors, it looks the clearest. If anything, I would like to try this one, but I'm not gonna sit there and play the whole thing again. I've already done that. The last one is the San Andreas Game, and I put so many hours into this. It has the best customization. It had an awesome soundtrack as well. I like the cars, I like the environment, and I do have an interesting story about this one regarding a boy in school who actually got me the game, and then I went home and just played it for hours and hours and hours with my brothers. Even though that guy was just a friend, I think it was interesting that he wanted to give me one of his favorite games. This one is going to be available on GamePass day and date, but when I saw the trailer, honestly, I didn't like the differences in the remaster. It wasn't that great of a step up for me to say, oh my god, that looks amazing, I need to go play that again. And from what I remember, this one in particular was on the 360 with achievements and everything like that. If you ever wanted to play it a couple years ago, you had that option. And I know that all of these games were probably available on the PC with mods and everything, but I hear that they took all that down to sell this remaster, which is messed up in my opinion. I have no reason to pick this up, but hey, if you want to check it out, I don't blame you. It does scream nostalgia. Real quick, I just wanted to show you guys the games that are available for Xbox Games with Gold and the games that are available for the PlayStation Plus members. So if you're interested in any of that, check it out. I also feel like there was more to the PlayStation, so if you have the VR, you definitely get more bang for your buck on that side. And the last thing I'll talk about is Nintendo. Oh no. So you guys probably know that I've talked about Nintendo before, whether it was on a dedicated video talking about them or on another bundle news video, and I've talked positive about them, and obviously it is choices and options at the end of the day. So if you like what they're offering, you pay that price. If you don't, skip it, keep it moving. I know a lot of people get very salty when it comes to Nintendo and them reselling and repackaging old games. They wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't working. And when it comes to their online expansion pass, this falls right in line with that. And from what I'm hearing, it's not so great with the emulations that they have, specifically for the N64 games that most people were looking forward to. That was a big reason why some people wanted to get this expansion pass was for the N64 games, because they didn't want to play it on older hardware at the time. They didn't want to hook up their Wii or their Wii U to have some of these games. At this point, it looks like going out of your way to play games on the native console or on last generation might be the best bet, because these emulations are not up to par. These emulations that you have access to on the Switch are not as good as past versions of these games or emulations. So it kind of sucks to hear and see the comparisons from the original hardware to perhaps the Wii when it comes to Zelda, and then the Switch version, which doesn't look so good and it's missing environment immersive features. So you have missing fog, or the water doesn't really look so great and there's like no reflection on there. So you might as well go back and play on the older stuff. And it sucks because this was a big reason why some people wanted to get this. And this is why I said, if it's worth it to you, then maybe you should pick up the online service, because then you have the Sega stuff and Animal Crossing stuff as bonus to what you were already interested in, the N64 stuff. And now I can't really say that anymore unless they do an update or something. It's not really worth getting because you're not getting the best out of those games. Let me know if you want me to make a dedicated video breaking it down a little bit better. That's all I have to say on this video. Thanks for watching. Check out the links in the description. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.